Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Jordan, and today we are going to pick up where we left off with the Ag STEM Career Discovery Lab with Janaya GPT. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we have another image that was generated by Janaya GPT. Your future, your choice, your action. So we have explore, learn, connect, grow, lead. And some suggestions. Try a mini project. Start a small project to build your skills. Another recommendation, get involved. Join a club, program, or community initiative. Continue exploring. Dive deeper into careers, majors, and pathways. Next, create your plan. Map your academic and career pathway. Finally, another option that you can have as you plan and take action, interview a professional, learn from someone in the field. And then we have notes on the back of her computer that says learn, grow, lead. And her notepad says my path, my purpose, my impact. She has a mug that says I choose to build my future. And there's a picture frame with some words of affirmation. So small steps today, big impacts tomorrow. And lastly, she has a stack of books that say agriculture, science, technology, innovation, and leadership. So let's take a look at this last step, step 9. And it's actually one that provides you with some next steps that you could take. And the image captured some of those, and I'll read through them so you can see what it means to go deeper into a certain area. So let's go ahead and give the next steps a read. Now it's time to put your learning into action. Select just one of the options below and commit to completing it within the next 2 weeks. This practical experience will deepen your understanding and help you explore your interests further. First, we have research a major. Choose one major connected to your career interests. Research what courses are required, which colleges offer the major, what careers, industries, and future opportunities are connected to this major, and then create a one-page summary of your findings. Now, we also have research a university. Identify 3 colleges or universities with programs connected to your selected career. Compare their majors, scholarships, student organizations, and research opportunities. Present your findings in a comparison chart. All right, next we have interview a professional. Find a professional, professor, graduate student, extension agent, entrepreneur, researcher, or community leader working in a related field. Ask, what do you enjoy most about your work? What skills are most important in your field? What advice would you give a high school student interested in this pathway? Who inspired you, mentored you, or helped shape your journey? Are there individuals, communities, or cultural traditions whose contributions to this field are often overlooked? After the conversation, write a reflection about what you learned about the career, what surprised you, how mentorship, community, or cultural knowledge influenced that person's journey, and how you might contribute to this field in your own way. Next, we have join a club. Identify one STEM or agriculture organization at your school or in your community. For example, FFA, 4-H, Robotics Club, Science Olympiad, or environmental clubs. Attend at least one meeting and reflect on your experience. Next, we have build a portfolio project. Create something that demonstrates your learning. Examples include research infographic, short video, digital presentation, community garden proposal, career profile, or AI-supported data project. Add it to your digital portfolio. Okay, last but not least, learn a new skill. Choose one skill connected to your career interests. For example, coding, GIS mapping, public speaking, data analysis, scientific writing, drone technology, plant identification, or AI prompt engineering. Create a plan to practice that skill for at least 30 minutes per week. Okay, here we have a final reflection. AI literacy is not about getting answers. It is about asking better questions. Agriculture is not just about food. It is about technology, health, sustainability, community, and innovation. Your future pathway may not exist in a single discipline. It may exist at the intersection of ag STEM, AI, and the needs of your community. Continue exploring, discover new connections and possibilities. Continue questioning, challenge assumptions, and seek deeper insights. Continue building, create solutions that make a real impact. And then we have this final image that was generated by Janaya GPT. It says, our communities deserve to shape technology, not simply respond to it. Learning to use AI thoughtfully is one way we begin shaping that future. So there's a stack of books that say knowledge, innovation, community, liberation. There's a mug. It reads our voices, our ideas, our future. And then the words of affirmation board here says we learn, we build, we lead together. All right. So that was a lot. And I'm glad that I was able to walk through it with you. I wrote down some notes of things that I need to tweak before I run the workshop with the young people next week. I'm very excited about this new opportunity. I'm always excited to share. I'm also excited to learn what the students know already. I believe that people show up with their own knowledge, and just as much as I'm able to share with them, they are able to do so in return from their perspectives, their experiences, and their expertise. So I hope that I have provoked you or encouraged you to want to go to the Black-Liberation.Tech website. It is available in both English and Spanish. And I want you to take a look at the Janaya GPT Ag STEM Career Discovery Lab. Check out the different prompts, check out the pictures and the images, see if there's something there that you want to try and give it a try. It's free. And if you're under 18, make sure your parents know. Don't just go on there by yourself. Make sure a trusted adult is aware of what you are doing as well as what you're working on. Show them my website says, look, this is what Dr. Jordan shared with me. And they can say, I don't know, Dr. Jordan. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Renee Jordan, and I'm here to share AI literacy with women and girls. And so if you're under 18, make sure you get your parents' permission. Sit down and show them what you're working on. Share the information that you're receiving. Do those verify and check to make sure that Janaya GPT, Chat GPT, any generative AI platform that you might be using is not providing you with false information. Ask it where there are limitations in the responses that it provided, as well as potential bias. And from that, it may not give you everything, but it'll tell you, hey, you know what? These are the limitations. I left this out. I didn't include this. And by looking at things from this perspective, I also could have excluded others. And so those are good questions to ask whenever you're working with a tool. So with all that being said, thank you again for listening to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Jordan. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, rate, and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.